Hello, fourth graders. Welcome to Unit 4. This unit is a little bit different than all of our other units. It's a little bit more interactive. So we're going to have some video clips we can watch. There's going to be certain things that are spoken out loud to you by some of our characters. So this unit is called Eureka. And the word Eureka is often used when someone figures something out. They say Eureka. It means like, I got it. I figured it out. So we are going to have a type of a game show for this unit. So instead of lessons, they're going to be called episodes. So every episode, we're going to focus on something new. So today's going to be kind of an introduction. And again, I'm going to be playing different things. So here's our first audio you can listen to.
Thrown together by a happenstance of where they live and go to school, a class of fourth graders has 10 episodes to walk the path of invention and emerge. Maybe scarred, maybe stronger.
Oops.
Thrown together by the game show, Eureka, Student Invention, where puppets pull the strings and making it work is only the beginning.
All right, so welcome to Eureka Student Inventor. I'm your host, Miss K. As you know, we scoured the country looking for the right mix of hard workers with creativity, ingenuity, and resilience. Contestants who wouldn't be fazed by a little mess or a little yelling. Students we could gather up and mold into the next great Eureka inventors. And when the producers found your class, well, we cried Eureka, which, in addition to being the title of our show, is also an expression we get from the ancient Greek inventor Archimedes that means I have found it. But before we get started with the work of invention training, allow me to introduce you to our judges. I should warn you, they may be brilliant, but they're also eccentric. All right, so here is our first video.
Bonjour, my intrepid little inventors, and welcome to our show.
But what have they invented? Maybe, with enough hard work, they'll invent something. But right now, they're not inventors.
Come on, get excited. These students are themselves an undreamed invention. What they will make, what they will become, remains to be seen. Isn't it thrilling, Hetty?
Yes, I could not be more thrilled.
But you will be when our show is a big hit. Then even you, lovely Eddie, even you will be excited.
Oh, Jacques, it is very sweet that you think our show will be a hit, when I've heard that we are in danger of being cancelled at any minute. Why? Because no one actually watches the show.
Well, with these intrepid students, as opposed to the more, shall we say,
Unimpressive.
I was going to say less motivated students of past seasons. With this crop of seedlings, the show will certainly be a success.
It is not in such danger, is it? I know for a fact that my mother's elderly friend Matilda watches it. When she is very, very old.
Every year, there's a 45% chance that a television show will survive to see the next season. That's not so bad.
But this means there is a 55% chance the show will fail. If there was a 55% chance I would die when I left the house tomorrow, I do not think I would be leaving the house.
But you are already dead.
How dare you address a lady in this manner?
He's just stating a fact. We're all four of us dead. Yep. Dead, dead, dead. That's right, folks. Jacques Cousteau, who invented what today is commonly referred to as scuba, he is dead. George Washington Carver, who came up with hundreds of ways to use a peanut.
And a sweet potato.
And a sweet potato. And helped countless people in doing so. Even that kind of extraordinary achievement cannot ward off death. Hedy Lamarr, who is not only a movie star, but an amazing inventor to boot. Her lovely self died many years ago.
And then we have Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison, inventor extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire.
Well, I did register over 1,000 patents. No one else has come close to that number.
Okay, yes, you are very smart and very accomplished. No one will contest this. But this show is not all about you.
Sure it is.
No, this show is about you, the students. You will spend the first part of the show completing the Wheel of Invention, so that it's just so exciting, so that by the final episodes, you can invent something yourselves.
Yes, you will accumulate the wedges that will equip you to invent. Each wedge corresponds to a skill that you will need in order to come away a winner.
But it is much more about what you, the students, will invent than about winning. I mean, you will think of something that never was there before. That's what this whole show is about. All in the name of
Winning! And the winning group will be crowned Eureka! Student Inventor!
All right, so there's our introduction video. Before we start looking at that wheel they were talking about, the first activity you're going to do is read these facts about the telephone. So when the telephone was invented, here's some facts about it. Our first activity is you're going to give me a slogan for the telephone. So a slogan is a short phrase that people use like in commercials or when they're trying to advertise their product. So I want you guys to come up with just a short sentence that will sell the telephone. So for example, McDonald's has "I'm loving it." That's their slogan. Burger King has "Have it your way." Nike has "Just do it." So think of a short little slogan that we can use to try and sell the telephone. Then I want you to think of what is your definition of an invention. So think about what is an invention, and I want you to write your definition on the line. Then you're going to give me 3 examples of different inventions. So anything that has been invented at all in history, give me 3 examples. And then you're going to tell me what is the difference between an invention and something that's found in nature. So like a tree or a plant or a rock. What's the difference between an invention and something that we simply find? All right, so here's our wheel of invention. Every single wedge has a certain skill that is going to be necessary for making these inventions and being on this game show. So every class will focus on a different skill. Today we're going to focus on collaboration. So we're going to listen to sorry guys, I'm all over the place here. All right, we're going to listen to this note from Jacques Cousteau. So you can listen along or read along right here.
Bonjour, tadpoles! Inventing, it is like a boat trip. Lab mates are at once alone and together amid the hostile seas. Alas, this season they would not let me put you on a boat in the hostile seas to demonstrate this. I swear to you, that thing with the jellyfish was not something we could have prevented. And no one, including the jellyfish, suffered any permanent damage. The network, it spoils all my fun. But I digress. Here is the thing. You must work together in this quest. You must listen to one another. You must let everyone have a turn. You do not know. The quiet one in the corner could save your life. Fix your invention. Oui. It is not the easiest thing, collaboration. So today, we practice. You see the collaboration wedge? I am not giving that away for freebies.
All right, so that was a note from Jacques Cousteau letting you know that we're going to be working on collaboration today. So we're going to read this little play about last season, and then you're going to answer some questions. So it says, learn from last season, bad collaboration. The narrator says, we are about to watch one of the last season's building activities. Here, students attempt to dip a paintbrush in a cup of red paint and then paint a red X on a piece of paper without any person touching the paintbrush directly. The contestants have just begun. Sam says, okay, I have such a good idea. We're going to get everyone to stand in a line, and I'm going to tie a string around my wrist and attach the paintbrush to the string, and then we're going to tie everyone's wrists together. And Laura says, wait, I don't understand how that's gonna... Sam cuts her off and says, and then everyone will stand close together, and there will be like a countdown, and when we all swing our arms, we'll launch the paintbrush into the paint. Tyler says, oh, I have an idea. Let's just all make a pyramid with the paintbrush on top. Maria says, you guys are being stupid. Laura says, I didn't even say anything. Maria says, this is stupid. I say we forget the paintbrush and just put the paint in our mouths and then spin it onto the paper. Alex says, oh, that reminds me of this really funny thing that happened at lunch yesterday. I was opening my milk and I squeezed the box as I was opening it, and there was this spurt of milk in my eye, but it was really funny. What's for lunch today? Laura says, I think it might be pizza day because it's Tuesday. Maria says, no, pizza is Friday, Tuesday is tacos. Sam says, we're going to tie our wrists together. Tyler says, I don't think putting paint in our mouths is a good idea. Did anyone hear me about the pyramid? Maria says, I'm putting the paint in my mouth right now. Ew, gross. It tastes foul. Maria starts to cough and can't stop coughing. What's going on over here? The narrator, the host, listens in her earpiece. Okay, I'm being told the producers are saying that you cannot ingest the paint. That was not a good idea. It's toxic. It's poisonous. Everyone looks at Maria. She is turning blue. We have to get her to the doctor right now. Laura says, does that mean we lose? So that was an example of bad collaboration. So what rules did they fail to follow? List at least 2. And your rules are right up here. So take turns talking and listening. Stay on task. Ask good questions. Make suggestions in a positive way. Consider everyone's ideas and make sure that everyone contributes. So give me 2 rules from that list that these people did not follow. Okay, for skills today, we're going to have you do your collaboration challenge. Now, I know this is different because we can't really work together, but we're going to try our best to modify it. So here's another note from Jacques Cousteau.
It is all well and good to talk the collaboration talk, but what about when you must walk the collaboration walk? When you need to put these rules into practice yourself? This is the big one, my wiggly fishies. If you succeed in this challenge, and by succeed, I mean work together thoughtfully and well, and then write about how you did it, you will earn your first wedge to get your wheel of invention rolling.
All right, so here is Jacques' collaboration challenge. You're going to think about a way to pick up a ping pong ball and pass it among a group of people, and then put it into a basket. The rules are you can't touch it with your hands, you can't drop it, and you can use 2 pencils, 10 pieces of tissue, and a box of rubber bands. So using this information, talk about what is the problem we're trying to solve, what are the materials you're being given, and explain how it would work. What would you make to try and do this challenge? Then, lastly, you're going to write a letter to Jacques. So all the stuff we learned today about collaboration, I want you to tell me what is the most important rule. So those rules we went over, which one is most important? What's going to happen if you ignore this rule? And then tell me, this is important when building inventions because blank. And again, those rules are right here. Okay, that is all for today. We had a long introduction day, and I hope you guys are looking forward to the rest of this unit. Have a great rest of your day, guys.